Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Stuart here from Spain Speaks with the Spain News Update. And the scandal engulfing main opposition party here in Spain, the Partido Popular, has claimed its first high-profile victim, and more heads are expected to roll today. But more about that in just a moment. Firstly, a big thanks to all of the people that left comments on the last video. Lots of comments, lots of debate happening there as usual. Thanks to people that supported the channel by buying merchandise, and a big thanks to my patrons on Patreon for your ongoing support. Now, let's get into the news, and as I said, this spying corruption scandal that is currently engulfing the Partido Popular here in Spain has claimed its first high-profile victim. And as we can see here, Teodoro García Egea resigns as PP Secretary General. Teodoro García Egea, until now Secretary General of the PP and Pablo Casado's number 2, has given in to pressure from the party and resigned from his post on Tuesday, according to RTVE. He has been one of the figures most singled out in his own ranks since the scandal erupted over the investigation of Isabel Díaz Ayuso, and an open war was declared in the party. Shortly before his resignation was announced, Casado had called a meeting of the National Board of Directors, the party's highest body between congresses, for next Tuesday to convene an extraordinary Congress. This Congress, which will decide who will lead the party, could be held within a month. The convening of the Congress and the resignation of Egea were the main demands of the barons and critics, who are increasingly more numerous within the party. So there we go, Secretary General of the party and Mr. Casado's number 2, Mr. García Egea, getting the boot. And as I said, more heads are expected to roll today. For example, Mr. Casado himself. Because as we can see here, who are the PP power brokers who do not support Casado? 16 of the 17 will demand his immediate resignation today and make Feijóo president. We would elect Feijóo in minutes, in seconds. He is the consensus. The barons of the PP will appear today at Geneva headquarters at 8 p.m. to meet with Pablo Casado with a very clear idea. At least 16 of the 17 regional presidents of the party will ask him to resign, according to what El Mundo has been able to confirm with them. And they will propose that the Organic Congress should elect the president of Galicia. Among the regional leaders, only Navarra PP President Ana Beltrán directly supports Casado. So as we can see from that article, Mr. Casado all on his own, as 16 out of the 17 main power brokers of the party deciding to go against him. So sad and lonely times for Mr. Casado at the moment. And if there's a positive that we can take out of this, it is that one of these gentlemen has already resigned, and the other most likely will do so today. Because could you imagine these two clowns actually winning the next elections and one of them becoming Prime Minister, especially given how wrong they got this whole Ayuso case. Now, on the topic of Ms. Ayuso, the Anti-Corruption Prosecutor's Office has finally decided to open an investigation into her brother. As we can see here, the Anti-Corruption Prosecutor's Office opens an investigation into the mask contract linked to Ayuso's brother. The Anti-Corruption Prosecutor's Office has opened an investigation into whether there is evidence of a crime in the contract for the purchase of masks that the Community of Madrid awarded to a company related to a brother of the president, Isabel Díaz Ayuso, and for which it would have charged 55,000 euros after the 3 complaints filed last Friday by the PSOE, Unidas Podemos, and Mas Madrid when the deep crisis broke out within the Popular Party. As RTVE has been able to confirm, the Specialised Prosecutor's Office has finally decided to open proceedings after studying the 3 complaints filed by the opposition groups in the Madrid Assembly, except for Vox, which called for an investigation into the emergency contract linked to the brother of the president of the Community of Madrid for the purchase of masks worth 1.5 million euros. From now on, it is possible that actions such as summons and statements can be carried out. So let's see if we can get to the bottom of this mask scandal for once and for all. And let's hope that another corruption scandal is not swept under the carpet. Now, Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez had a meeting with the Danish Prime Minister yesterday, and he said that his government is going to open the debate on whether to remove the indoor mask mandate here in Spain. And as we can see here, Pedro Sánchez opens the door to a debate on removing face masks indoors. At a press conference with the Danish Prime Minister, Pedro Sánchez acknowledged that the conditions are already in place in Spain to eliminate the use of masks indoors. The President of the government hopes to be able to address the debate on the removal of masks indoors soon, and sooner rather than later, at the Interterritorial Health Conference after hearing the opinion of experts and health professionals. This confession by Pedro Sánchez was made at a press conference on Monday after a meeting with the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Denmark, Mette Frederiksen, at the Moncloa Palace. Denmark is the country that on the 2nd of February lifted all restrictions against the coronavirus. Thanks to the contribution of science, we have fewer and fewer cases, and the incidence is going down all the time, Sánchez explained. So the Prime Minister, Pedro Sánchez, opening the door to a debate on the removal of mandatory face masks indoors. And as we saw in that article, he says that he hopes that this happens sooner rather than later. However, and as usual, some health experts don't agree with what Mr. Sánchez had to say, and experts reject removal of face masks indoors due to fears of an infection spike. It is not the right time to eliminate the use of masks indoors because of the coronavirus, neither now nor in the short term. Intensivists and epidemiologists agree that we should not take any risks because the virus is still circulating and a small upturn in COVID is to be expected at Carnival and Easter. Now let's have a look at a summary of the health situation in Spain, and we can see that accumulated incidence rate on its way down, now sitting at 735. Hospital pressure is now down to 7.1%, and ICU pressure is sitting at 12.8%. Now British tabloid The Express is at it again, and this time it's turned against Benidorm. And as we can see here, avoid Spain's most British resort Benidorm slammed as a waste of time. A new survey on British expats in Spain revealed that Benidorm is the most British area of Spain. The survey looked at the number of expats in each area and the amount of British establishments such as pubs and shops. Benidorm was named the most British region, and around 5% of the town's residents are British. However, Benidorm was less popular with express.co.uk readers, including one person who advised people to avoid the resort. One commenter said, "That's nice, now we know which places to avoid." Commenter Quillen said, "I visited Benidorm once. I stayed for about 3 hours, of which 1 hour was spent trying to find a proper Spanish restaurant for a menú del día." So there we go. According to Express readers and commenters, avoid Benidorm, it is a waste of time. And one person saying that it took them more than an hour to find a decent Spanish restaurant. So if you want an authentic Spanish holiday, according to the Express, you know where not to go. Now let's have a look at some of the comments from previous videos. One here from Crikey: "It never ceases to amaze me that nearly everything goes up except wages." Yeah, Crikey, thanks for the comment, and that does seem to be the case. Everything else goes up, food goes up, fuel prices go up, but wages stay the same. And in some sectors, for example the one that I'm working in, for a lot of people, they're actually going down. One here from Tahuan: "In California, the economy has prospered in both construction and agriculture and food from immigrants coming from Latin America. Also, a small percentage come for a university education. Spain can seamlessly integrate Hispanic immigrants. Many Spaniards have Latin American connections." Yeah, Tawan, thanks for the comment, and I have no doubt that California has benefited from people coming from Latin American countries to work in the sectors that you mentioned in your comment: construction, agriculture, and food services. And realistically, the whole of the United States, not only California, could benefit from that endless supply of labour. But it's a whole different story when it comes to regulating that immigration, and it can be a political hot potato. Remember Donald Trump. And you're right, Spain could integrate seamlessly people from those countries if they wanted to come and work here, and in the past many have chosen to do so. Back in the 2000s, millions of people from countries like Ecuador, Peru, Colombia came to this country, but when the crisis came in 2008, a lot of people had to go home. So no doubt millions of people will come to Spain and try to take advantage of this current economic boom, and hopefully it won't blow up like the last one. One here from Steen: "Hi, I read in Danish news today that Australia is now open. Hope that you and your family can soon come down under. The best greetings, Steen." Yes, Steen, thanks for the comment, and you're right, Australia did open up to tourists again the other day. I think it was the 20th or the 21st of February, but unfortunately the state where I come from is still closed. Apparently Western Australia is going to open again sometime in March, but honestly speaking, I don't believe a word that comes out of Premier Mark McGowan's mouth. So when it comes to Western Australia reopening, I'll believe it when I see it. One here from Brady: "In reference to a comment I made a few days ago, the Valencian community will no longer require the EU COVID passport for entering bars and restaurants, effective tomorrow, February the 22nd. Sigh of relief as we're spending our annual few weeks there this spring." Yeah, Brady, thanks for the comment, and you're right, the Valencian government has decided to scrap that COVID passport rule for bars and restaurants a week before schedule. And obviously the health situation in that autonomous community is under control, and authorities no longer believe that these measures are necessary. So good news for people that didn't have one of these COVID passports, because you can now get a beer or a meal inside a restaurant in the Valencian community again. One here from Rubbery, great news from England. From Thursday, the 24th of February, all COVID restrictions are being scrapped, and we will then have to live with COVID the same as colds and flu, etc. No mandates, self-isolations, even if tested positive. No more restrictions at all. Hooray! Freedom! Yeah, Rubbery, thanks for the comment, and I did hear that Boris Johnson has decided to scrap all COVID restrictions. And let's hope COVID freedom in the UK this time around lasts a little bit longer than it did the last time, because what a fiasco the last Freedom Day was. One here from Libby. Hi Stuart, never miss a video. We just listened in the car on our way to Kennedy Airport to our new home in Gijón. We can't wait. Thank you for all your hard work and informative videos. Tomorrow we will listen to you in Spain. Yeah, Libby, thanks for the comment, and I hope that you are currently enjoying your new home in Gijón, Asturias, a fantastic place in the north of Spain. Great food, great people, but the weather can be a little bit dodgy. And great to see that you like the videos and you never miss one. One here from Kathleen. Love your dog. Did you purchase it from one of the many dog kennels in Spain? Hope you did. I help out at the Benidorm one when we go back for a few months. Very rewarding. And the volunteers are so dedicated. Yeah, Kathleen, thanks for the comment. And no, we didn't pick Mia up from one of the many dog kennels that are scattered all around Spain because of the amount of abandoned dogs. Mia's previous owner decided that she was too big, too active, and too playful for her, and she decided to get rid of her. Luckily, we stepped in, and Mia avoided a different fate. And finally, one here from Wendy. Dear Mia, she looks adorable. Looking forward to seeing her after she's been for grooming. Yeah, Wendy, thanks for the comment, and today is Mia's grooming day. In fact, in less than 30 minutes, she'll be in the grooming salon. Not sure how that's going to go, considering the fact that she doesn't like me giving her a bath, so I don't know how she's going to handle someone else giving her one. So I'll see how it goes, and I'll let you guys know tomorrow. On that note, I'll wrap the video up. Questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. Debate the video out as you normally do. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. I'll see you on the next one. Hasta luego.